Music! I love doing that. It's so cool. Hey, I'm Michael Edward, creator of How to Crush Your Mental Blocks, which is a course that teaches you how to identify and remove the mental blocks that's keeping you stuck, stopping you from reaching your level of success. All right, let's talk today about how to increase your energy. Look, we all know that when your energy is low, you're not very productive. You're not very happy. You're not very motivated, right? Low energy impacts all aspects of our life. There's just no way around it. So when you have high energy, the reverse is true, right? You're more patient with those around you. You're more fun to be around. Your productivity goes up and up, right? The more energy you have. That you're sustainable throughout the day, right? Not coming home, the ugly grumpy old bear thing in the evenings. You still have energy for your loved ones and to enjoy your evening. And when we need to really focus on increasing our energy. And a lot of that is lifestyle, and a lot of that is environment. And we're going to talk about today's environment, mind, body, and I might throw in another one. We'll see. But when your energy goes up, everything is impacted. All right. So number one, environment. You are in control of at least some aspect of your environment. Now, what am I talking about here? Environment. What it is I cannot tolerate dirt, filth, disorderly, messes all over the place. I don't work well. I'm not happy in that type of an environment. And frankly, it just pisses me off. I really get irked by that. And when, some years back when I was living with somebody, it was like that. It was just, to me, it was disgusting. And I was a grumpy old bear walking around a lot of the time because it just really disgusted me. But I had my little corners. I had my desk, which was arranged the way I like it. I had my gym. Everything was put away. Everything was clean. I vacuumed the floor, all that stuff, right? And I took care of my equipment, and the dumbbells were on the racks with the numbers facing up, everything. It was just so orderly that I could move around with freedom. And I know that's important to me because I'm blind. There's very few places that I can walk around with freedom and not having to run into crap and people moving stuff around, or I just simply don't know where I am. I don't know. I go into somebody else's house. I don't know their house. I don't know where they have things. So for me, it's very crucial that my environment be an orderly and organized as possible in order that I can be safe and I know where everything is, right? And I feel good when things are clean and orderly. Now, I'm blind. This doesn't impact me, but this will impact you, probably. That if you add more color, right? You make some space or your home in general with more color, adding in, just something as simple as colorful pillows on your couch, just to add more color. Whatever works for you visually that makes you feel better, think about that. Add that into your home, all right? And organize your desk a little bit and so forth. But when you walk in the door, what's the first thing you see? Can you make that more pleasant? Right? Can you put a picture there? Can you put some flowers there? Can you put something colorful there? Can you put something that just makes you feel good? A memory type thing, something that has meaning to you. Right? Improve your environment, and that will help you a lot. In my words, I like to say cleanliness is next to happiness. And if I'm not happy, I'm not productive, and I'm not going to do very, very well. All right. So the first challenge, our first step you can take is just start anywhere. Clean up your desk. Put a photo on your desk that makes you happy. All right, just something as small as that can make all the difference to your environment, and gradually work out from there. Now, you don't have to do everything all at once. Just take it easy. It's okay. All right. And number 2 is mind. I really suffered from this, and in fact, a year ago today, this in January last year, I really felt this, where behind my eyes was dead, absolutely dead. And I started going over different factors of my habits. And what I found was I really wasn't getting a lot of sleep. I wasn't getting a lot of good sleep. Sleep is something that's not really easy for me. But I do find that if I have a set bedtime and I have a set wake up time, so I'm getting my 7-8 hours of sleep, my mind is so much sharper, right? And I started doing some digging into this, and I found that when you're not getting enough sleep, it's equivalent, your cognitive abilities are hampered to the point of as if you were intoxicated to some degree. All right? So here you are, going through your day, and your cognitive abilities, your ability to think clearly is being hampered as if you've been consuming alcohol or some sort of drug. All right? Not good. And that's just from not getting enough sleep. Okay? So you want to get your 7-8 hours to have more power. All right? 7-8 hours, more power. And the simplest thing you can do is have an established bedtime and have an established wake-up time. And one thing that I've read in the news some years back was they said that when you when you put your, in many parts of the world, we put our clocks forward and backwards. So in the spring, you put your clock forward an hour. All right. When you put your clock forward an hour, you lose an hour's sleep. And if you set your clock forward, it's 10 o'clock, now it's 11 o'clock, that hour's gone. Right? So you wake up the next morning and you have less sleep. So they stated that on Monday mornings, after putting your clock forward an hour, there are more fender benders and small accidents, some major, but mostly small accidents, that Monday morning for people commuting to work than any other single day of the year. That is staggering to me. When I heard this, I'm like, nah, that can't be right. And then I thought about it. And I thought over things that I know about sleep and or more importantly, not enough sleep. And I realized that, yeah, okay. Essentially, when you lost that extra hour of sleep, and you probably were not getting 7 or 8 hours sleep anyway, you might be running on 5 or 6, and now you take out yet another of those hours, you're essentially drunk, if you think about it that way. You are essentially intoxicated driving to work, hence all the fender benders and so on. Stunning, right? Very, very impressive. So, just set yourself a reminder on your device or whatever you need to do, but set a reminder somewhere that says, hey dude, time to go to bed. All right. And when you do go to bed, don't worry. It's a pattern that you have to develop. You might lay there for 40 minutes, 30 minutes, whatever, and not go to sleep. You will. Give it time. In any change to the body, it takes time to develop a new pattern, right? Because you spent years establishing a bad pattern, it's going to take a few weeks to establish a good pattern. All right? So that's it for the mind. Now, the body, I mean, I can go on and on and on with the body, but I'm going to keep it really simple, and I'm going to hit the highlights. If your body is not functioning, because your mind and body work the same, right? If your body is out of whack, generally your mind is out of whack. If your mind is out of whack, generally your body's out of whack. So these are both points that I'm going to cover both areas, the body and the mind. Anyway, with the body, all right, you need to move, right? You need to get some more movement into your body, especially if you're sedentary all the time. And you need to focus on what food you're fueling your body with, right? Food is nothing more than fuel. In North America, probably most of the world, we have a very screwed up view of what food is, right? We use comfort food to help us when we feel lousy. Comfort food is generally lousy and it's going to make you feel worse anyway. We have all of these traditions where we stuff our faces till our belly's out, you know, and that's what we do. And we eat tons of desserts at certain times of the year, and some people all year round. And we know that's not good for us, all right? And we need to, first of all, change your view that food is fuel for the body, right? And you know the old story, right? You're not going to put dirty gas in my car, so why would I put dirty food in my body, all right? So anyway, when I started doing some, I've always studied diet anyway, but when I started doing some of the studies, and I was reading that in North America, constipation is rampant. Rampant. You know, most people are constipated, and they don't even know that they're constipated because they don't know the signs of constipation, right? And when I eat bad foods, I swell right up. I mean, I really do. And I know that. That's obvious. Anybody can look at me and say, woohoo, he was skinny yesterday, today he's huge, you know. But what the final stage of constipation is loose movements, very loose bowel movements. That's the final stage. And I was reading about this one time, and this is still when I was working in the big organization, and I was in the washroom, and I could hear all these guys in the washroom. It was pretty nasty. And I thought, wow, it's true. So many people have, you know, diarrhea and so on, and it's probably due to their diet. All right? So the body cannot function under these conditions well. When you're bloated up and you're not feeling good, you don't want to exercise, you don't want to do much of anything, you're lethargic, and this, of course, impacts your mind, right? Because you don't feel well. When you don't feel well, your mind slows down and all the rest of the stuff that's connected between the two, body and mind, all right? So, what is the answer? Well, the answer is simple. Get rid of all flour, period. Flour, bread, buns, cakes, cookies, flour. Get rid of it. And go green, all right? Eat as green a diet as you possibly can. My old buddy there, Kermit the Frog, he always says, it's not easy being green. But hey, you know what? It's not that bad either. And when you start eating green, you're going to find that your belly is flatter. You're going to find that you feel less full, but not less full, just you feel lighter, right? You don't feel as heavy, as sluggish, right? You feel the opposite. You feel lighter and happier just by eating more greens. Cut back on the meat, cut it out if you want to, but cut back on the meat. And by greens, I'm going to tell you, I'm not going to go into great detail here. You can look this up on the web. But grow your own sprouts is the cheapest way to eat. It's the healthiest way to eat. All you need is a jar. You can get the fancy stuff like automatic misters and all that kind of stuff. But a jar will do you, maybe 2 or 3 jars. And you can grow your own sprouts. And baby plants have the most energy of all food. All right, because most of the food you eat is dead food. It does not have energy. Okay, that's all I'm going to say on that. You can look that up. How to sprout at home, and you'll get lots of hits on that. All right, but give that some consideration. The other thing, of course, is sugar. You want to eliminate sugar. It's addictive. It does all kinds of stuff to your body that's just horrible, and it affects your brain. So you do want to get rid of the sugar as much as possible. Incidentally, most flour, when you eat it, the body converts it to sugar. Haha, yeah, I know, double whammy. Flour can constipate. Flour is also sugar. All right. Get rid of dairy. Eliminate as much dairy as you possibly can. All right. That's bad on a whole lot of counts, but just trust me, eliminate it. Now, when you're going through these changes, I want you to keep some sort of a journal to say week 1, day 1, whatever. I started eating more greens, you know. I'm eating less bread, or I've eliminated flour completely, and see how you feel over the next few days. Write it down daily, and then next week keep it going, and the next week keep it going, and watch how it changes. Yeah, generally with food, or most physical changes to your body, 6 weeks is sort of the magical number, where it's A, become a habit, and B, you can actually see the differences and feel the differences. But if you're not journalizing it, you're not going to know. Right? You're going to forget how lousy you felt before you made the changes. That's the human condition. We do it all the time. We start something, we feel better, and then we forget how bad we felt, so we stop doing something, and then we feel bad again, and we go back on the cycle. All right? So skip the cycle and just write it down so you can track your history. Okay? So the first step you can start with, just eliminate flour. If you do that, it's going to be a great help. All right? And if you're not one for eating a lot of flour, then eliminate the sugar next. All right? But just start and grow from there. But go green. All right? Definitely go green. All right. I wasn't really going to throw this in, but I think I will, because I think it's such an impact on our energy. You hear me talk all the time about goals or vision, goals, dreams. Goals, dreams. And I'm going to throw in another word that I don't use very often, but really I should, mission. Okay? Mission is a powerful word, and so this is number 4, I believe, mission, where when you have a mission, it's beyond you. All right? Now, you can have a mission just to improve your health, absolutely. You can have a mission to improve your energy, absolutely. Nothing wrong with it. It's just another word for goal, another word for dream, reaching your highest level of success. It's all basically the same thing. But a mission can also be something outside of yourself, and often is. All right? When I first started dabbling around with the my desire, my passion and obsession of helping people, and I was going through sort of my expertise in various areas. Do I want to teach basic lessons on how to play guitar? Do I want to do this? Do I want to do that? And for me, I got this mission, and I'm very excited about it, as you well know, and I want to help people reach their highest level of success. That, to me, is my success. When I get an email or a comment telling me, Michael, you've made a difference, and because of you, I'm now doing this and this and this, that is a big, big reward for me. I love it, and that is what I'm all about, right? Is helping people reach their highest level of success. Okay? That's my mission. I have a friend who saved horses that were going to be slaughtered, and he spends a great deal of time with these horses and money with these horses, because that's his mission, is to save the horses. And he does what he can. And that's very, very wonderful. Why not? So if you have a mission that's even outside of yourself, where you're working for somebody else, it drives you. It gives you more energy. And you see, when you start getting through various steps, right, the action steps that you need to reach your mission, then you start getting momentum. When you start getting momentum, your power increases, your energy increases. You get more excited, more and more and more excited, and it feeds off itself. Okay? And let your mission be your vision. All right? Let your mission be your vision. Now, when you have a really clear mission or vision, then you're thinking about it all the time, and you're working towards it all the time. Like I said, action steps lead to more action steps, lead to more action steps, and it builds your momentum, and you are rocking, okay? And you definitely have more energy, all right? So I want you to go through these videos, this video again, and write down some notes on this stuff, and decide, right now, what can I start to implement today? What can I start to implement today in order to increase my energy? Because when you have higher energy, you have better relationships, you have better everything, and yes, even intimate relationship, because you're not too tired, And when you you have more energy to spend with your children and so on and so forth. Now, there is one more thing I do want to add about body that I didn't mention, and I meant to, is you need to develop routines, all right? I have routines that I do, and when I go off my routine, I know it. One of them is I do a lot of stretching, and when I'm not stretching, my body tightens up. I have a great amount of pain in my left shoulder, chest, upper back, on my left side. My thighs start to tighten up, and I can't balance as good. I don't walk as smoothly, right? So I have stretching routines that I like to do, and they don't even take, maybe 20 minutes, right? And often I do it in the morning. And you want to get online, look up some stretching exercises, and start incorporating those. It doesn't take a lot to make your body start to feel better, but it does take stuff. Go for a walk. And man, all you got to do is have a decent pair of shoes and you can go for a walk, right? No, you're not going to lose 1,000 pounds of fat going just for walks. You need to up it a bit, but the going green will help with that as well. But you will feel better, all right? Guaranteed you will. You've got to move. You got to dance, right? When the music plays, man, you got to dance. And have that music playing all the time because, like I said, if you're not moving, you're losing. My grandfather was 96 years old when he died. When he was in the hospital, a day or 3 before he died, he had his cane and he was just whipping down that hallway as fast as his little feet could take him. And the nurse says, "Hey, slow it down." His response, "You know what? If you don't use it, you lose it." Well, hey, dude was right. He was a great guy, and he always walked and he always did what he could. So if you're living a sedentary lifestyle, my friend, get moving. All right. So I'm going to cut it off here. Please follow this page so you can get all of my posts on Facebook. Right, the link is there. You want to subscribe to this video on YouTube so you can keep in touch there. And my website is also in the description, mepersonaldevelopment.com. You want to go there. I am still working on upgrading the Crush Your Mental Blocks course. It was for 4 weeks. Now it's going to be for 6 weeks. If you've already got the course, don't worry about it. You're getting the updated version as well. All right, so don't worry about that. Don't send me emails. I want the updated version. Yeah, you're getting it. Don't worry about it. All right, so for that, I want you to go out there, enjoy every day, love as much as you can, and succeed.